Hey yo, what's going on everybody? It's Tylarius, aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. Alright, it is Thursday. So, we have a new double money bonus event week upon us, and with that week we have some new drip fed content. And with that, we have the all brand new Gauntlet Hellfire. This thing is noise, alright? This video is a full review. We're talking about customization. We're talking about performance, top speed, and a rounded track. And there's some really interesting information in regard to this particular vehicle. We're talking about top speed and then your overall lap time. But right now, let's focus on the customization. So right now, we're looking at the front bumpers. This car, the Hellfire, has some decent customization. It's not the most. It's not the worst, though. It's definitely better than its other counterparts. That's for sure. With the regular Gauntlet, you know what I mean? So, yeah, those cars. The Gauntlet doesn't have hardly any customization to it at all. So for this vehicle, the Hellfire to come out and to have the customization that it does is quite nice. As you see right here, we're looking through the exhaust. It's got some nice exhaust options there. And what you start to notice with this vehicle, and what I started to notice right here with the exhaust, when we're talking about the side exhaust, that looks very much like a NASCAR kind of style. And they do have a really cool. I love how Rockstar puts in little things like this, like little mini Easter eggs, I guess, or nostalgia or whatever, with like the liveries and things like that. And we'll take a look at that a little bit later on. But that's really cool. With the grills, got some really cool grills. Got some things that I've never seen any of the cars in the game have, which is really nice. And we'll take a look at those here in just a minute. But, a lot of your options are just one or two different cosmetics, and then the paint schemes to go along with that. But you got the grill cover with the headlight covers, which is really cool. You can actually take the headlights away, and that will be your intake, which is really nice. That's definitely a Pro Street kind of design right there. I like that. You can pretty much just black out the lights. You can put the mesh grill. I think that looks really aggressive. I love that. And then the plated front, this looks really cool too. With the plated front, you have a stock car kind of look to it. I like the bull bars too. It has like a Mad Max kind of thing going on. I like that. With the hoods you got right here, you got smooth hood, your stock, your secondary color, the carbon, the primary vented, the secondary vented, your carbon vented hood, the dual filter, the large filter, and then we have, of course, the oval intake and the triple intake, which looks actually really cool on this car. I like that a lot. All right, moving on, we got the lights. Of course, if you go to the arena, you can swap the lights out for a whole bunch of cool different colors, and you can make this car look really aggressive if you put on, some red headlights and things like that. Looks really nice. Of course, you got your ground lights. You guys are all familiar with that. You know what that's all about. Moving on, what do we got here? Moving on to the liveries. Really nice liveries, and at the end, you'll see something really cool. You have the dual white stripes, the dual red stripes, the dual blue stripes, the Bravado billboard, that looks really nice. I like that. The black racer stripes, I like that. That can look really cool with some different kind of color schemes. The black two-tone, very classic. Weekend Warrior, that looks pretty fresh. The Redwood stock car, of course, to match up with the other Gauntlet stock car in the game. Too much free time. That looks minty fresh right there. I love that. You can have a lot of fun with some of the color schemes right there. The Raceway Hero looks really nice. Number 21 looks really good. Got some of the NASCAR style stickers on there. We got the Bravado Racing, number 77. Looks good. And then right here, the Royal Tribute. This right here is a scheme. Delivery is a paint scheme that's for Richard Petty. That's really cool. I thought he's a famous NASCAR driver, NASCAR stock car driver, and if you put this with a ultra blue or his Richard Petty blue that he drove with back in the day, you'll see what it looks like, and it looks really cool. It looks very, very similar to his old paint scheme when he raced back in the day. So I love how Rockstar does that. You know what I mean? So here we go. You have the black surround plating. So that right there, again, it kind of mimics that whole stock car kind of design right there. Moving on with the respray, your primary is going to be basically the body, and then your secondary will be the roof. And of course, whatever type of upgrades and modifications you put on, depending on whether or not you go with the secondary or the primary, that will obviously change the color as well. You also have an interior trim color that you can change. You can match that with your primary, your secondary, or just kind of have it go a little bit its own way. That's what the crew emblem looks like right there on the side door. You got some roll cage options. You have your standard, you have your cage and the carbon seats, cage with the sports seats. You have the cage and performance seats, the cage and race seats, and the cage and drag seats right there. A little bit difference with the color of the straps, the padding, and things like that with the roll cage. No big deal though. Roof, you have a carbon option. You got some skirts, primary, secondary, and that'll all kind of look a little bit different with whatever livery you decide to use as well. So 11 different spoilers as well. You have your stock, secondary lip, your plastic lip, the carbon, your stock car spoiler, your drag spoiler, mid-level, high-level, drift wing. You have a tuner wing, a race wing. Please don't put a tuner or a high. Please don't do that. Don't do that to this car. All right. Some cars you just can't put a big old wing on the back. It just doesn't look right. There's your suspension right there. Pretty decent drop. It slams it out pretty nice. So transmission upgrade. Obviously it's around 40 grand. Turbo's around 50,000. And of course, modify the car with the performance all the way. Definitely do that. Looks really nice with the windows tinted out. Of course, you guys know what the wheels would look like. Nothing too crazy with that. The stock ones are nice. They look pretty cool. I probably would go with a muscle or a high end. Of course, whatever look you want to go with is what you want to go with, and that's what you're going to do. But there's a lot of cool options. It's a good looking car, though. It really is. This car it's weird. I don't remember too many cars that are like this, but the Hellfire is a blast to drive around in free roam. It really is. I mean, it's a muscle car, so it's got a lot of torque. It's going to be really easy to burn out and spin out and get fishtaily and squirrely. You know what I mean? It's really cool. It's fun to drive around the city. As you see right here, I'm catching some really nice slide drifts, and it's just a fun car. It's pretty quick. It's fast. We're about to look at that right here. Since GTA 5 Online came out, the Dominator was the top dog in the muscle class in top speed and racing for the longest time. Here, the Hellfire brings it a 1 minute and 18 second. Let's see what the Pisswasser Dominator can do top speed straight line. 1:29.18. Yes, people, we do have a new king for the straight line top speed in the muscle car class. It is the Hellfire. However, it is a tale of two stories here. The car is great top speed, but it suffers from two terrible things in regard to racing around a circuit. You see right here, it comes in at 8 minutes and 43 seconds. It has a tremendous amount of understeer, and it has very little traction. It's very easy to spin out. It's just, just like driving the Dominator, it feels like you're on ice. And in the muscle class, going around a track, nobody can touch the Yosemite. The Yosemite is the vehicle to use for the majority of your races. Now, remember, the Hellfire is very fast in a straight line. So if you have tracks that are, a little bit longer, less with the corners and the turns, but more drawn out, you're going to want to go with the Hellfire all day. If you have a race that has, mid to heavy turns, not as long, you want to go with the Yosemite. But yes, the Hellfire is a must own. You need to buy the Hellfire. It's awesome. Get it. You'll love it. And definitely, check it out. All right. So thank you all so much for coming out. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for the illest and realest content in the game. Make sure you smash that like button. Stay dangerous. See you the next one. Peace out. Yeah.